Good morning to one and all. In communication theory, in Unit 4, we are going to discuss about noise characterization. So, in that slide, analog versus digital transmission. So, analog transmission means all detail must be reproduced accurately. So, this is a waveform of analog signal. So here the distortion attenuation. So in the case of receiver side we received so this type of signal. So this is a analog transmission. So whereas in the case of a digital transmission only discrete levels needed to be reproduced. So in source the signal should be sent. In distortion attenuation the received signal waveform like this. Simple receiver was original pulse positive or negative. So either 0 or 1. So this is nothing but digital transmission. So in the case of digital we have having two level. One is on off or high low or 0 or 1. So in that slide, so digital long distance communication. So here we are having transmitter side and receiver side. Transmission segment we are having source and regenerator, and receiver side we are having regenerator and destination. A regenerator recovers original data sequence and retransmit on next segment. So can design so error probability is very small. So the next point is the each regeneration is like the first time. Analogy copy of MP3 file. Communication is possible over very long distances. Digital system versus analog systems. So here less power, longer distance, lower system cost, and next is monitoring, multiplexing, coding, encryption and protocols. So in that slide, digitization of analog signals. How to digitize the analog signal? Okay, so the conversion of analog signal into digital signal. So the first we are having the so many steps to convert the analog signal into digital signal. The first step is sampling. Sampling means to obtain samples of x of t at uniformly spaced time intervals. The next is, steps is quantization. Quantization means map each sample into an approximation value of finite precision. The next pulse code modulation, telephone, speech, CD, audio. The last step is compression. Compression means so to lower bit rather further apply additional compression method. So we are having three steps: differential coding, cellular telephone speech, and subband coding, MP3 audio, and compression discussed in next slide. The next is this slide shows the sampling rate and bandwidth. So already I specified what does mean by sampling. Sampling means a conversion of analog signal into digital signal. So the, sampling is a process by means which the message signal should be greater than or equal to noise signal. So this is nothing but sampling. The signal that varies faster needs to be sampled more frequently. Bandwidth measures how fast a signal varies. So the first figure shows the x of t, that is digital signal. So the x2 of t is nothing but quantization signal. So what is the bandwidth of a signal? And next is how is bandwidth related to the sampling rate. The next is periodic signal. So the periodic signal with the period t can be represented as sum of all sinusoidal using Fourier series. That is x of t which is equal to a naught plus a1 cos 2 pi f naught t plus pi t plus a2 into cos of 2 pi 2 f naught of t plus pi of t plus and so on up to ak into cos 2 pi k f naught t plus ak, that is pi k. So first one is DC long term average. The second term is fundamental frequency f naught which is equal to 1 by t, first harmonic. The next is the last one is kth harmonic. So the modulus of ak determines amount of power in kth harmonic. The amplitude spectrum a naught, modulus of a naught, modulus of a1 and modulus of a2. So this is an example Fourier series. x1 of t which is equal to 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. So x2 of t which is equal to 1 1 1 0 0 0. That is, so here 1 0 1 0 should be transferred into 1 1 1 1. Again 1 0 1 0 should be transferred into 0 0 0 0. So this is a calculation x1 of t and x2 of t, right? The next is spectra and bandwidth. Spectrum of a signal, magnitude of the amplitudes as a function of frequency. x1 of t varies faster in time and has more high frequency content than x2 of t. The last point is bandwidth is defined as range of frequency where a signal has non-negligible power. Example, range of band that contains 99% of total signal power. So this is a spectrum of first one shows the spectrum of x1 of t, the next one shows the spectrum of x2 of t. So the next is noise limits accuracy. So here receiver makes decision based on transmitted pulse level plus noise. The next is error state depends on relative value of noise amplitude and spacing between signal levels. The next is large positive or negative noise values can cause wrong decision. Noise level below impact high 8 level signaling more than 4 level signaling. So this is a 4 levels. This figure shows the 4 level signaling. The next figure shows the 8 signal levels. This is 4 signal levels. Next is noise distribution. Noise is characterized by probability density of amplitude samples. The certain amplitude occurs. Thermal electronic noise is invertible due to variation of electrons. Noise distribution is Gaussian as given below. That is sigma square which is equal to average noise power. So this is the first figure shows the noise average power. Next is the frequency response of the noise distribution. That is 1 divided by root of 2 pi sigma e power minus x square divided by 2 sigma squared. This is area under the graph. The x modulus of x of t less than x of naught which is equal to area under graph. This slide shows the probability of error. Error occurs if noise values exceeds a certain magnitude value. So this is a probability of error. Probability of large values drops quickly with the Gaussian noise. Target probability of error achieved by designing system so separation between signal levels is appropriate relative to average noise power. The next slide shows the channel noise affects reliability. First, high SNR. SNR means signal to noise ratio. The next one is low SNR, low signal to noise ratio. So before that, what does mean by signal to noise ratio? That is average signal power to noise, average noise power. That is nothing but signal to noise ratio. Signal to noise ratio in dB means 10 log 10 of signal to noise ratio. That is the ratio of the average signal power to average noise power. So in the first case, high SNR, signal should be high, noise should be high, and the signal to noise ratio virtuality error free, signal plus noise. The next low SNR, signal noise, signal plus noise which is equal to error prone. The virtuality error should be less in the case of low signal to noise ratio. The next is Shannon channel capacity. If transmitted power is limited, then the M increases, spacing between level decreases. Presence of noise at receiver causes more frequent errors to occur. M is increased. So this is coarse and dense WDM. That is WDM means wave division multiplexing. So here few wavelengths 4 to 8 with very wide spacing. Low cost simple dense WDM. Many tightly packed wavelength. ITU grid 0.8 nanom separation for 100 gigabits per second. 0.4 nanometer for 2.5 GP per s. Check bits